And we're back to learning Gimp here, day 101. Let me show the basics of the Paths tool. Looks a little bit intimidating now in the new version. There are lots of more options, but I would advise you to just ignore the bottom ones. It's like with the text tool, you can simply adjust your color for fill and stroke. There are cap styles, join styles, and that's all stuff that we've at least partially already talked about, creating with different options, and I'm going to talk about that in detail in the future anyway. For the Paths tool, most important is to create the path itself, so don't forget about the color for now. I create a new empty layer and then I create a path. To close it, hover over the start point and then your cursor changes a little bit. Left click on it and then you're good to go. If you left click here, selection from path, you can already see the selection. And as I've said, you can adjust here the colors for fill and stroke. But usually I just use the bucket fill tool that we've already talked about. Then I change the color right here via the swatches and I left click on the selection. Go to select none and you've got your object, in this case just a reddish one. Then we press Ctrl Z and I go to select none so that we have a clean canvas once more. I go back to the Paths tool and once more I left click and now I left click drag. And this is how you can create not straight lines, but curved lines. So straight lines are created with a left click, curved lines with a left click drag, and then you can adjust it with these handles. Usually the process that I use is to simply create an outline with straight lines. I close it and then I hover over these lines and then I can left click drag when the cursor has yet again changed. And this will also turn the straight lines into curved lines. You get the handles back to adjust them. So this is usually the workflow. I believe I've already talked about that in the Gimp playlist when we talked about creating selections. Now let's get back to a clean canvas and we check the modes right here: design, edit, and move. The first mode that's usually active by default is design, and this has the behavior that I've talked about so far. So what are the other ones for? Let's simply create a simple path like this using the design mode. And now I switch to what is called the move mode. You can also temporarily activate that clicking on Alt, and this simply moves it around. So you can reposition that. You don't even have to perfectly click on your shape, just left click drag on the canvas and you can see this moves the entire thing around. The edit mode, here you can left click on your nodes, and the ones that don't have a handle, you can actually drag a handle out of there now. So this is what the edit mode does. The edit mode can also be used to turn straight lines into curved lines, but in this case you don't drag on the line itself and make them curved, you drag on the anchor points and then this handle will appear. And that's the difference. When you have the design mode active and you left click on the anchor points, you reposition them. And with the edit mode, you turn them basically into handles and this gives you a curved line instead of a straight line. One more thing, you can also create multiple paths like this and then use selection from path, and then the multiple paths will be selections. So this is also possible. The selection from path option can also be found under select. So if for some reason you don't see it right here under two options, just go to select and then use selection from paths. Once again, I would ignore the rest. So enable fill, stroke, line width, all of that, because when it comes to the workflow, there are better tools, there are better options to achieve the same effects. Partially I've already covered that, and the rest I will cover in this Gimp playlist, promised. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.